Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Real Estate. I'm Felicia Tan, online editor from The Edge Singapore. In the previous episode, we followed 3 young couples through their home buying journeys. Now, if you prefer flying solo, here's good news. You don't have to wait till you're 35 to buy your very own home. This episode, we speak to 3 single homeowners who bought either a resale HDB flat or a condo unit. We also spoke to a property agent who shares more insights into owning a home as a single buyer. Hi, so tell me more about yourself.
Hi, I'm YY. I'm a full-time stewardess, and due to COVID, I stopped flying for the past 2 years. So right now I'm doing some contract job in construction. Right now I'm staying in a 5-room HDB located in the central part of Singapore.
Hi, my name is Ling. I'm 33 this year and currently working for a bank. So I purchased my unit late last year, and I purchased it for 560k, and this is a resale 1-bedroom unit. I've always wanted to move out and stay on my own, but I didn't really get down to to look at the property market until when COVID struck. So when COVID struck, I spent more time at home, and that was when I thought it's time for me to move out.
Hi, I'm CY. So I'm currently under 35 and I'm working inside the finance line. I bought a resale condo and it's near the MRT. It is a 2-bedroom dual key condo. The reason why I buy a house is partially because of my mother, because she wanted each of her child to actually have a home after she passes on. And of course, I think with the rising house prices, I was also a bit worried that I cannot afford a home in the future if the price of house keep on rising. So I wanted to lock in the price at the moment.
You are living in a resale flat, right? So why resale over BTO?
I love space, so BTO, I did a research. BTO basically is like a 2-room, 3-room for a single scheme. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. It's too small, so I decided to look for a resale.
Did you consider private at all?
I did. Private was my first choice. Due to the budget constraint, I decided to look at HDB. With such a big space and the price that I bought, it was a good deal.
Why did you choose to buy a resale instead of waiting for a new launch?
Well, new launch is definitely out of question because it could set me back by another 3 to 4 years, which is, it defeats the purpose of me moving out ASAP.
Okay. What were you looking for when you were shopping for a flat?
Space, number 1. Number 2 is location. My parents stay in the north. It's pretty far, but because my sister stays like 5 to 10 minutes drive away from my place, so I think it's like a central area.
Did you have any considerations when you were looking for your own place?
Yes, definitely want my place to be in the east because I grew up in the east. I'm so comfortable with staying in the east, right? So east. And the other one would be price point. I don't want to overstretch myself and having trouble paying off my mortgage in a later stage, so that's number 2. And thirdly, I want my place to be somewhere on a higher floor, so preferably 10th floor and above, and this house checks all boxes, thankfully.
What were your considerations when you were buying this unit, since you are using it as an investment vehicle?
The most important thing for me is a rental. So that's why I chose some place that is near to the MRT to make sure that I'll be able to rent it out with a high possibility.
When you've decided to take the plunge and purchase your own home, there are a few things you need to consider. For instance, the type of housing options you're eligible for. If you're looking at purchasing a private condo unit, you only have to worry about budget, as well as other factors such as location. If you're looking at purchasing a HDB flat, you'll have to be aged 35 years and above. With HDB flats, there are 2 types, a BTO flat or a resale unit. BTO flats generally have a wait time of 4 to 5 years before you get your keys, and that's not including any potential renovations you want to do. HDB BTO flats under the Single Singapore Citizen Scheme have limitations too. A single homeowner looking to buy a HDB BTO flat can only purchase a 2-room flexi flat in a non-mature estate. There is also an income ceiling of $7,000 a month for a 99-year lease and an income ceiling of $14,000 a month for a 45-year lease under the single scheme. There are no such restrictions for resale HDB flats, although the 35-year age rule applies. How did you manage to save up or even plan to pay for the flat?
I would say I started working at the age of 19. So the savings started from since then until now. The contribution mainly is into the CPF. So most of the deduction is from CPF and also my own savings. Then of course, single scheme, people would think that we won't be able to get my own property so easily. But actually, by getting loan and your contribution to CPF, I think it's sufficient. So I'm managing well, coping well with the finance.
I got this unit at quite a steal, it was 560k, so I didn't really have to particularly save up for it because the cash down payment was kind of low as well. So it didn't take me long, just my regular savings.
Did you have to spend money on renovation costs?
Oh yes, I practically redid the whole place because I didn't really like how it was done up when I first bought it. So I redid the whole place and I renovated for about, the total cost about 30k, inclusive of furnishing. I mean, I didn't hire ID, I just get a contractor to do everything on my own.
For this house down payment, I actually got some help from my mum, and of course also I've been working for about 10 plus years, so I had some savings. So that was how I paid for my down payment, including of my CPF.
If you're opting for a bank loan for your condo, you will have to pay a down payment of 25%, of which at least 5% must be paid in cash. You can then use your CPF to pay the remaining balance. For new condo launches, there is the option of progressive payments where you get to pay in installments according to the construction milestones. For HDB flats, you get to choose between taking a HDB loan or a bank loan to pay off the balance of your flat. If you're taking a HDB loan, you have to pay a down payment of 10%, which can be paid with your CPF savings. If you're opting for a bank loan, the same rules apply. A down payment of 25% is required, of which at least 5% must be paid in cash. For resale flats, you will have to pay a deposit of at least $5,000 in cash. The sum does not include the valuation fee, legal fees, and so on. There are CPF housing grants you can use to purchase your HDB flat too. However, these grants have an income ceiling starting from $4,500. We spoke to William Tan, a property agent at Singapore Realtors Inc. or SRI, who shares his views as well as tips on owning a house as a single individual in Singapore today. Hi, we're with William Tan, a realtor from SRI. Today he will be sharing with us insights on the housing market in Singapore for singles.
Hi Felicia, thank you for having me here today.
What's the main difference in terms of preparing for finances when it comes to buying a home for singles compared to couples?
So for a single person, you obviously have to cover three things, right? Your cash, your CPF has to be enough, and you need to have enough income to secure a right amount of loan.
Are you seeing more singles buying homes now in Singapore?
Definitely. So more and more people are thinking of a lifestyle that is single, and they want to start thinking about home ownership for themselves. So a BTO market, with the grants that you can get, generally you're able to get a 2-room flexi in a non-mature estate. Somewhere below 200,000, you should be able to easily afford something. If you're going into HDB 3-room or more, right, you generally will be looking at 350,000 for an older HDB flat, right? That's the entry price. If you're looking at a newer HDB that's maybe freshly MOP or just below 10 years old, a 3-room flat can easily go about 450 to 500,000. So if you're looking at a condominium in a resale market, I think a 1-bedroom will come in around 650,000. Right? Maybe not so much in the city area, slightly further away from the city. If you're looking for a new launch in the current market, it's almost very difficult to buy a condo below the 1 million mark. But there will still be good launches that come out. Maybe around 800 plus, you will be able to find a 1-bedroom unit. If you're trying to go into a first home for a singles, I would generally tell them to go look at a new launch first. There is also a first-year warranty, from developer. So it's quite safe for you to get into the market. The other thing about a new launch is because the fact that there's a progressive payment. You only pay your installment gradually over the period of time of building.
What can singles do to prepare themselves, maybe financially and or mentally, when they're looking to buy their first home?
Always start early. Talk to a trusted realtor. When you're buying a property, think of it not just as a place for you to stay in. It's also a means for you to accumulate asset. So you need to incorporate your property planning with your retirement planning.
Can you share with us your future plans for this house?
Definitely, I still hope for it to be rented out so I can get cash flow income. But of course, if the price of the house increases, I will definitely hope to have a chance to actually sell it away.
I hope I won't stay here forever. So my plans were to sell this in a couple of years and then probably purchase a bigger private condo or even a resale HDB, whichever makes more financial sense.
Do you have other tips for future homeowners looking to get their own home?
Definitely will be purchase something that's within the budget. You don't want to overstretch yourself. And like I said, don't want to have problems paying our mortgage at a later stage. And number 2 will be always be open-minded to purchasing something smaller first and then upgrade yourself along the way. And because who knows, while you're saving up for the bigger unit, the government might just come up with new cooling measures, and that might derail your plans of purchasing a property by another 1 or 2 years. Yeah, so it's all about opportunity cost.
We covered some of the scenarios young Singaporean single homeowners may potentially face. In this day and age where more single millennials are looking to move out before marriage, we hope this episode brings you one step closer to your dream home. Our key takeaway today: simply plan in advance and start saving up, especially if you intend to have your own house before you turn 35. We hope you've picked up some great tips from our home buyers as well as our expert in this episode. We were, however, unable to find someone who purchased a HDB BTO flat under the single scheme. Now, what does this say about the single homeowners market in Singapore today? Find more housing information at our revamped research page. To do so, log on to hprop.sg, click on Tools, Research, and type in the name of the property you're interested in. Keep up to date with the latest property news at hprop Singapore. Thank you for watching Real Estate. Real opinions, real statements. See you next year.